Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at SUI, see what's going on. Nice bounce off this local support range. Absolutely perfect situation there. Now, again, that reinforces the likelihood of further upside based on that support range holding. It doesn't mean that we're going to shoot to the moon per se, but it definitely helps us understand that we're going to likely retest this local high and potentially break that 250 plus range. Looking at liquidation though, just to kind of quickly note, 250 to 255 is that local area there. Nothing super substantial unless you zoom out a little bit, and you can kind of see that once again, 270 to 280 are those higher, more likely targets, which are actually actually below the local high here back from March 6th. So roughly 3 weeks ago, we hit $3, rejected out pretty hard there, and there's been a lot of liquidation that's occurred or accumulated since then. We take a look here as well with liquidation delta, we can recognize we are bullish. No other way around it. This is a very good sign here, ultimately letting us know further upside makes more sense. A lot of it hinges on Bitcoin bottoming out soon or not pulling back super hard. Obviously, that's always a factor, but Bitcoin pulled back here recently, and SUI did too, and it created a retracement to that support zone. But good news is Bitcoin bounced off its local high, likely to continue further, and we got a lot of support here too. If we take a look at open interest, 235 and 243 are those two heavy concentrations of open interest here locally, and that's always a very good sign to have that strength below the price action. So what's going on here? We take a look at Bitcoin. It's pulling back a little bit, not able to establish a higher high. And here with SUI, it is establishing higher highs. So this is a very good sign for this coin specifically. Definitely something you want to look for. We take a look at the daily time frame. We closed above the 20-day SMA, which is fantastic. We are still under 50 on the RSI, though. I don't love this. This is generally unfavorable. And until we get back up above, it's been since January 20th since we've been above 50 on the RSI. And if you kind of look at the price action here too, you'll see that January 20th was this guy right here. Okay, so ever since then we've been down. So that's another reason why 50 on the RSI is a good indication of kind of where you're at, what side of tracks you're on. We get above that, we should be able to continue further up, and a lot of that's going to hinge on the simple fact that we need to establish higher highs, right? So let's talk about that just really quick. While we have established higher highs on smaller time frames, that's good, but on the 4-hour here, we still have yet to close above 250. So getting above 250 would be like that sign that go get them kind of situation there, right? It would be a very positive situation to be able to be above that level. Ideally, we look for a back test of that previous high. That's essentially what Bitcoin did here recently, for example. If you see previous high came down to retest that as a new low. Right. While it's never exact, it's just something that is a pretty common occurrence in trading. Hourly time frame is probably going to confirm that we're pretty much good to go here. We are above the cloud, lagging spans free and clear, and conversion lines over the baseline. These are all signs I like to look for when I take along. So me personally, I'm going to consider taking a trade with this coin to the upside, but I would love to see somewhat of a pullback to the low 240 range before getting in. That's just me personally being a little more patient. I'm waiting for an opportunity that may not happen, but the truth is here at this point, that would be a solid consideration for long, just based on the simple fact that it would make sense for Bitcoin to pull back a little bit, and the same thing here as well with this coin, but mostly good signs here. There's nothing really disadvantageous at this point. Just be careful FOMOing into the top right now. Consider dollar cost averaging as the price comes down, or adding to your margin as the price comes down. And keep your leverage low, folks. Just to give you perspective here too, for example, Near Protocol, that was a 5x leverage trade, 56%. Ethereum, 28%, 5x leverage. The only thing we ever 10x leverage is Bitcoin, and that's just because I use tighter margins, really. And we got 43 and 42% on our previous trades from last week. So it's been a good experience here so far. Slow and steady wins the race, folks. Try not to get too crazy with, just there's a lot of people that take too many trades, and it can be bad. So just be careful with that. Just some friendly advice. Either way, make sure you trade with Bitunix, folks. Awesome exchange, link down below for these guys. Excellent rewards and consistent trading competitions and bonuses every month. We're gonna have a new one coming up here in the month of April as well. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Telegram, Discord. I hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you again soon. Take care.